I remember having the distinct thought, I'm a girl, and someday I'll look like one on the outside like I look like one on the inside. I'm Evie. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a paramedic, a wife, and a pet mom. I didn't choose to be queer. I was born queer, and I didn't really have a say in it. The first moment that I experienced euphoria, I look back now as a benchmark of my queer journey, and that was 5 years old, wearing a frilly tea dress for a tea party, which was a great joke for everyone involved, except for me, who took it very seriously. But I would say the first moment I had a revelation of my queer identity would be 9 years old. I don't know how, I don't know why, although I suppose it was bound to happen eventually, but I kept coming back throughout my teenage years to the fact that my body wasn't the right body. Over and over. And every new change that came with growing up, it struck home even harder. So I came out as bi probably in 2015. Not out publicly, but out to the people that mattered, and quietly, and really just changing the way that I saw life and how I approached relationships. But the funny thing is, looking back now on me claiming that I was bi, I used that label because, sure, there were boys out there that were attractive, but I wouldn't say that I'm completely bisexual. I would say that I saw women as attractive, and my attraction to them was one mixed with awe. And as someone said recently, who's been down a similar journey, I liked girls, but in a gay way, and I couldn't figure out why. And at the time, the only words I knew were straight, gay, and bi. That's all I knew. Oh, lesbian. Usually used as a term of, or a derogatory term. Down the road, I knew that wasn't quite right. I knew there was something else to it. So, feelings of dysphoria strengthened and increased 11-fold when I looked like me for the first time. But that's because I knew how good it could be. I knew what I was supposed to look like. I knew who I had always been. You know, at 15, it was the swim team and being the most physiologically developed person on the swim team at the time, body hair, things like that, and being incredibly self-conscious of that. But even deeper, it was the constant need to cover up, as much as possible, whenever I could cover up. I felt exposed. As I got older, that became a concern with the way that my clothes fit. the way my face looked. All of these things were secondary to the dysphoria that I felt, but I didn't have a word for dysphoria or a picture for dysphoria or any shelf at all to put that on. So when I was in a place, when I was in my darkest place, and all I knew was that I needed a relief from the constricture and the confines that I was living in, I was reminded of just how much I had wanted to look like me throughout my entire childhood. And so I asked myself, what's keeping you? What did I lose? I lost security. I lost contact with some acquaintances, but it was very clear that they were people who had never loved the real me, and it was very clear that if they didn't love this, then they had never loved me. But the funny thing is, I didn't lose family, I didn't lose friendships, because those are things that I had already lost. And that's why I say that I was ready when I did. There was nothing keeping me from coming out when I did, because I had already been on a journey myself that led me to understand that I don't know how to say this. I was ready to come out because I had lost everyone that I was afraid of losing.
You had nothing left to lose.
There was nothing else left to lose. When I had an opportunity to express that. You know, when I tried the first time to look like me and I looked in the mirror, I had never felt such a sense of peace and excitement that I was who I was.